Hello everyone, I'm Miriam Tolentino, fourth year BSHM. For this day, I will going to present 4 topics about the safety of the workplace. First is 5 rules for workplace safety inside the establishment. Second, fire safety checklist for the workplace. And third is symbols of danger, hazard in the workplace. And last one is support energy conservation opportunities. 5 rules for workplace safety inside the establishment. We have 5 rules of workplace safety inside the establishment. First, always be aware of your surroundings. Understand risks. Know where the first aid kit officers are. Always ensure emergency exits are clear and accessible. Last is pay attention to signage. Why is workplace safety so important? Employers have a legal obligation to provide a safe workplace for their employees. A safe workplace ensures that employees have low risk of being injured or becoming ill while they are at work. First one is always be aware of your surroundings. This builds on the previous point of understanding risk. Requires employee to always be aware of what is going on around them and to look for hazards constantly. If you can see the picture, he was not aware of the wire scattered on the floor, so he tripped. It is also necessary to put a sign to know that something is being done and to avoid accidents. Next is understand risk. Every work environment is different, and this will vary from industry to industry and from job site to job site. It's critical that employees understand the inherent risks that come from with a particular job so they can take the proper steps necessary to avoid injury. Particularly if working with dangerous equipment or in a hazardous environment, as you can see in this picture, it's a symbol of warning or sign that you need to see for your safety. Next is know where the first aid kit. Ensure your staff know where the first aid kit is in, and if you have a designated first aid officer, ensure they know who that person is so they can get assistance should they need. Med kit should always be on the wall to make it easier to see. And the picture is an example of the contents of the med kit. Next one is always ensure emergency exits are clear and accessible. Employees need to access exits quickly in the event of an emergency. It is imperative that these be kept clear. Every facility is required by law to have an OSHA, complement an emergency exit plan. Nothing should be placed in front of the exit that would block them or impede them from opening. Emergency exits are an element of emergency exit routes, which also defines as a continuous and unobstructed path of exit travel from any within a workplace to a place safety. If you see the picture, why should the emergency exit sign be green, not red? To recognize red as stop. So in an emergency situation, it might create confusion whereas green color is related to safety and go. Clear the instruction the public to remain calm and follow the sign. This is why public buildings have green emergency sign. Next is pay attention to signage. Signage is placed to indicate that there could be a potential hazard in the area and includes important information about maintaining a safe work environment. This picture saying attention please. Most people don't pay attention to the signage, so most of them can avoid the accident. The lesson here is that we pay attention to the signage because it is also for our safety. Second topic is fire safety checklist for the workplace. Fire safety is a common safe condition sign is the fire assembly point symbol, which shows a group of people being pointed at by four arrows. This may be used in conjunction with an arrow to guide people to the point, or clearly indicate where the fire assembly point is. These are the 5 examples of fire safety checklists for the workplace. First one is fire escape. Area outside the office identified as safe assembly point for employees. Next is the employees educate on what to do if the fire alarm sounds. All employees instructed in the fire procedure on their first day of work. Have fire wardens been pointed and trained in their duties. Make sure exit doors are openable from the inside during emergency. The fire escape routes clearly marked with proper symbols. Make sure that the exit sign has a light to see it when having an emergency, and also when we don't have power during an emergency. Make sure that your worker have a orientation. Next one is fire detection system. Make sure to have a working fire detection system in your organization. The fire alarms are tested and maintained periodically para siguradong gumagana ito sa oras ng emergency. Know your nearest fire brigade and whom to contact in the event of an emergency. The sprinklers and hose reels are regularly inspected and tested. Same with the fire alarms, so they are ready in the time of emergency. Next one is fire safety equipment. The office is fully equipped with the extinguishers and other firefighting equipment. The fire extinguishers were accessible and they refilled regularly. Lagi dapat siyang nare-refilled regularly. In case of an emergency or fire emergency, just call the 911. Next one is flammable liquids. All stock of flammable liquids kept on purpose build flammable liquid stores. The quantities of flammable liquid used in the workplace kept to the minimum and when not needed returned to safe storage. It's necessary that what will be our stocks is just right, and we know that they cannot be stored for long, especially flammable liquids prone to fire, and they need to be in safe place for our safety. Next one is fire prevention measures. Everyone keeps their personal workplace steady. Workplace kept clear of combustible materials and dangerous liquid. The production clear of dust and rubbish. All the electrical fittings properly monitored. Next topic is danger hazard in the workplace. Hazard in the workplace occur when the working environment can cause injury, illness, or death. The hazard can result from any of the different aspects of the working world, including equipment, dangerous materials, unsafe working practices, and the behavior of people. We have 5 examples of danger hazard in the workplace and with their symbols. First one is biohazard. This indicates the presence of harmful microorganisms such as viruses, bacteria, and other toxins. And also this is frequently found on container for the disposal of medical waste such as used syringe. And this is the symbols of biohazard. Next is corrosive. Workers must use specialized safety gloves when handling these materials, as they can burn or dissolve skin and other substance on contact. This picture is the symbol of corrosive. Next is flammable. Anything marked with this symbol need to be kept away from open flames as well as heat sources and sparks. They are in danger of sudden combustion and can cause explosion. Next is poison. Materials bearing this symbol are poisonous and should not be swallowed, inhaled, or handled without protective gloves. It also highlights an area in which these poisons are. This picture is a symbol of poison. And next one is high voltage. Equipment labeled with this kind of sign uses or generates enough electricity to seriously injure or kill a person. Only trained and authorized technicians should be allowed to access it. This picture is a symbol of high voltage. The last topic we have is support energy conservation opportunities. Turning off the light when you leave the room, unplugging appliances when they're not in use, and walking instead of driving are all examples of energy conservation. The two main reasons people conserve energy are to gain more control over their energy bill and reduce the demand on the Earth's natural resources. Best way to conserve energy in daily life: adjust your day-to-day behaviors to turn off devices and appliances when not in use. Purchase devices and appliances which consume less energy. Adopt smart power trips. Do you know power or energy is consumed when the appliances are not in use? We have three examples of support energy conservation opportunities. First is energy savings, second is save the water, and the last one is the solar energy. Energy conservation is the effort made to reduce the consumption of energy by using less of an energy service. This can be achieved either by using energy more efficiently, using less energy for a constant service, or by reducing the amount of service used. Example, by driving less. This picture is the symbol of energy savings. Next is save the water. Water is more important necessity of life for all the living beings on the earth. Without water, no one can exist even for a day. We also know that there is very less percentage of clean water, means drinking water available on earth. Water conservation is the practice of using water efficiently to reduce unnecessary water usage. According to Freshwater Watch, water conservation is important because fresh, clean water is a limited resource as well as a costly one. Using water-saving techniques can save you money and divert less water from our rivers' base and estuaries, which helps keep the environment healthy. It can also reduce water and wastewater treatment costs and the amount of energy used to treat, pump, and heat water. The last one is solar energy. Solar energy is any type of energy generated by the sun. Solar energy is created by nuclear fusion that takes place in the sun. Fusion occurs when protons by hydrogen atoms violently collide in the sun's core and fuse to create a helium atom. Advantage of solar energy: renewable energy source. Among all the benefits of solar panels, the most important thing is the solar energy is the truly renewable energy sources. Advantage of solar energy: reduce electricity bills, diverse applications, low maintenance costs, technology developments. This is the end of my discussion. Thank you for listening.